onye anyị na-akpọ na mgbe chọrọ isi na party ndị Labour Party jee nọchite anya Nsukka n'Igboeze South Federal Constituency Obeta Mark Chidi Obetta.
Oto dị Jesu nke mbụ nke nkene Bishop anyị that is represented by the chairman and the dean and the clergy niile nọ ebe a. I also want to appreciate ndị na-ekwuchegomere okwu, my co-contestants, the candidates of various parties, and ndị niile bịara abịa nta unu eme kunu shiwe wefute ohere kunu bịa anụmanya anyị agwa unu. Aha m bụ Chidi Obetta, eshimekema na Ibagwa Ani. Ameso ya gwara anyị kwumenta, ameso the template enyere anyị. Nke mbụ bụ na hesara anyị identify the problems anyị nwere in our constituencies. Nke mbụ mujeme ekwu bụ poverty. Poverty but the first anyị nwere in our constituency. But it is not only in our constituency. In Nigeria today, in a population of 200 million people, 133 million of Nigerians are poor. And 95 million of Nigerians are living in abject poverty. What that means is that the threshold set by the United Nations of surviving on $200 per year, that about 54% of Nde Enugu are living below 8,000 naira per month. And the buy they earn less than 8,000 naira, though 55%, which is over 2 million of our population. Now, another challenge I wearable infrastructure, lack of adequate infrastructure. And the buy Kocharubo, even if they natural, but a problem because not an guy uzo adega. Because the man Akobwa, Abogan urban city like this, Nobo, Ijere Reg, Ijere Okutu, Ijere Anuka. You can imagine that a town like Anuka, he will use on Anuka, and I with the government. All these things must be addressed. Another problem I will be irrigation, no irrigation. Nsukka, ndami na-achị na he nwere ya na-eke greater Nsukka Ada water project. That project has been abandoned. Up to now, for past 24 years, none of these governments in the PDP that project can revive and complete that project. Another thing, when anybody with access to credit facilities, any conditions precedent to availing or disbursing these credit facilities. CBN, through the Bank of Agric and through commercial banks, with a lot of credits for agriculture, our people cannot access these loans because there are conditions like putting yourself together in cooperative societies, then you can access this. This is just one condition that we must provide. And there is no connecting dot. Our representatives, Nigeria Abuja Istegbo, hey, when they get that morale, that connect and the buying, together as a cooperative, we put Abuja and make sure they with these credit facilities. Most times, these credit facilities are in single digits. What I mean by single digits, interest and a charge per annum man get 10%. Most times not 7% plus 2, which ends at 9%. Another problem I when they're buying about unemployment. Most of our youths are unemployed. Most of our people are unemployed. But I will discuss these things in two segments. Poverty, lack of infrastructure, no irrigation, lack of access to credit facility, unemployment. I can solve some of these problems. I'll give you a typical example of what I'm talking about. I'm with Amos Abokuru here. Us na Uzo Enugu Road. Fantastic. Uzo. But I solved one problem and created a major problem. If you go to Amebo village in Alor Uno, it's named with flooding. There is flooding there. I was there yesterday to assess the damage caused by flood in that community. Because what we can do as a people is to create what we call a dam. If we create a dam there, we harvest all the water. During rainy season, we harvest the water. Now, we channel all the water there. From there, we can now create what we call ponds, fish ponds. I the communities where they are. I say, water, and the youth here, and the mama had interested in fish farming. We create ponds, maybe like 100 ponds around that dam. What that means is that we begin to be a hub. We create a hub for fish market na Nsukka. As the nine an ere na Nsukka ne Shikwara state evte. As the nine an ere na Nsukka ne Shikwara state evte. If we can create something like that, let me tell you what that means. We have solved the problem of poverty because we have engaged about 100 people to go into fish farming. Secondly, we have to create a rural road that will lead to that dam. Another thing is that we can now solve the problem of irrigation because part of that dam now we can treat the water and send it back to Nsukka. From Nsukka, we send water to every family, every household in Nsukka. And again, we have created employment. And if we put them together as a cluster, we can approach Bank of Agric and get grants and get loans for them as single digits. We can get grants, World Bank grants for them, and they will thrive. We can replicate this dam in different areas. And with flood issues, na Ikwoka, na Obimo, and they the same problem. So we can also create a dam in Obimo to solve this problem of flood. Now, another problem let me continue with some of the challenges, but bad leadership, poor representation. Now, this bad leadership, bad leadership, it is a cabal. It is a cabal that will sit down in one parlor over champagne and wine. Here's Mr. A Joko, Mr. B Joko. That cabal, that person is not accountable to me and you. He's accountable to the cabal. So we must stop it. And thank God for what we call beavers. Now, when the cabal elect these people, what happens is that they promote corruption. Because let me tell you the honest truth. If you are not corrupt, your wife is not corrupt, your family is corrupt, no other person around you will be corrupt. Do you understand? And that is why Peter Obi has said that if I'm not corrupt and my wife is not corrupt, no other person that will work with me in this government will be corrupt. And I promise you that whatever is due to Nsukka, we will bring it back from Abuja. Another challenge is poor health care. It is only in Nigeria here that we lose about 512 out of every 100,000 beds. We lose our mothers to what we call maternity mortality deaths. Under 512 in every 100,000 life beds. What can we do about it? Very simple. National Primary Health Development Agency, Naranai Primary Health Care Centers. We need to equip them. We need to properly man them. And when we man them, we must make sure that we go and look at Act 35, they established the National Health Insurance Scheme. We are going to rejig it. When Amos was talking again, when there is even a law in place, there is no law that says you cannot touch it again. You can go back to it and say, there are things that were done here that were not done correctly, and we are going to correct them. To make sure that our people, with small or no money, you are entitled, you have access to good health care. Our children, in Anumaka, infant mortality, our children die just because of lack of drugs for malaria, diarrhea, and typhoid. These are sicknesses that kill our kids. We have to provide drugs for them, and we will support whatever policies that the new government will bring to make sure that we properly fund our health care. Look at education. Education too is in shambles. Wing gauge in school. Before you buy in a class, you check me, what is the wind direction? Is it southwest or southeast? Where is he heading to? If you tell a class, you have a blackboard. But I doubt if that is happening now in Nsukka, in our primary schools today. So we must make sure that we also fund education and fund them properly. To end it, sir, issue of security. Don't say because the truth is, if you vote Labour Party, if you vote Peter Obi, I promise you that in Enugu State and the South, we leave our land immediately. So thank you so much for listening to me. God bless all of you. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you.
For Chidi Obetta of Labour Party. Can you stand in your own and your own integrity and performance and not using Peter Obi's name to campaign? And also, how do you convince us that you never ported to Labour Party because of obedient movement, having known that P2B is loved? Is your question, Obeta? The Presbyterian maka PVC. Obuka hande ha eweg PVC. Maka na mgbe nwana anyị nwoke eze na akụzi anyị ihe n'okwu PVC. Oga na yonder father nọ na this denaries. Ihe alụmọ na Ibagwa Ani na Nsukka. Ma nwere ihe unu nwere ike imenwu to push ka mara ma ndị be anyị ewete because we have barely 10 days from today. No. So ndị father unu nwa o na ọ bụghị ndị politics. Then Chief Obeta, please.
Praise the Lord. Question number Jurumo, can I stand on my own without P2B? I didn't want to talk about myself when they made presentation. I wanted to marshal out all the problems I'm with, the challenges I'm with in our constituency, and proffer solutions to them. That's the essence of this gathering. But I'm going to achieve when I'm with Jerry Marriott Hotel, a hotel that employs about 100 people now in Nsukka for the past 8 years. That hotel, to the glory of God, partnered with the Catholic Church, with the Cathedral, Ogemeru 25 years anniversary, and all the bishops there on Nsukka and Jerry Marriott at that time. Up to today, because they all called me and say, "This small boy, good rear. For you to do this, for you to do this thing and bring it back to your father's house, they organize so good like that." And after, I'm with a problem. And problem I'm with the problem of poverty and unemployment. We take on Patar, I cannot solve the problem alone. You need a political platform to be able to make meaningful impact. And that is why I'm seeking for this office. I try go Kenyemu ticket na PDP. Just like P2B trial na PDP. We ported to Labour because Labour has given us a platform to be able to go to general elections. Intra-party politics, that is their primaries. Na obunde cabals, but not determine apart from Jerry Marriott Hotel, I go 2.4 kilometers with my brothers, Harafum and Aika Sowa. Ije buy ni yahuna 2.5 kilometers of road, well tarred. I now got in front of the parish house. The dean was here to testify to that. I supported and I'll be supporting sports. I've tried to take Nsukka out to Turkey to go and play professional football. And Abuja, I housed them. I applied for visas at the embassy, the Turkish embassy in Abuja. So all these things I'll be doing on my own to empower our people. Over there, with the time, I will be able to explain to you even the skill acquisition centers that we want to do, the kind of training that we are going to give our youths and our mothers, so that now giving people money will not automatically make them wealthy. What they need is training. You must be able to train people to acquire the required skills. And it is not just the technical skills. I explained in Igbeze South. I said that one, you must be able to teach people how to be spiritual in business. You must be able to teach people to be moral. Anyway, moral teachings, etiquette in business. I teach people how to even take care of themselves, your fiscal well-being. Because you are in business does not mean you will not exercise from time to time. So all this training you must put our people through, you empower them with money. The greatest resource in the world is human resource. Human resource accounts for 75% of any resource in the world. It is the humans that drive other resources. It is the human that will drive whether you give them money, capital, or whatever. So we must be able to educate our people. That is what we call entrepreneurial education. We must bring it back home. So, thank you for listening to us. And on behalf of Wonderful, let's apologize on their behalf. Why am I apologizing is this is the kind of powers they arrogate to themselves that has put us in this mess that we are in today. Because even if somebody wants to leave, let me tell you, I was trained in the bank. I was trained by the best in Guaranteed Trust Bank. And in 4 years, I became a manager. Sir, father, rally. He can excuse himself and alone goes for his rally, but not to take our congregants or people that our parishioners have come to listen to us. So for next time, it is better that we educate these people to know how to behave in public. Thank you so much.
Aine kene Mark Chidi Obetta. onye chọrọ ka o si na-eshi ndị Labour Party jem Abuja